we've talked a lot about experiential travel, and that's where it's all been hot lately. Where is luxury travel heading in the next 10 years? What will change it, and how can we sort of prepare for that change? Anybody want to start?
I think
Ignacio.
a few ideas come to mind. I think the more choices there are out in the market, the more the sophisticated, savvy consumers will seek the advice of a travel professional. The more confusing it gets, the more hotel companies and cruise ships and tour operators, you need sound advice as time becomes more and more pressure. I think another big trend going forward will be wellness. We are all so completely overwhelmed. We wake up with 300 emails sitting in the mailbox, and the day hasn't even started. So we will see more and more travelers seeking holidays where they disconnect and unplug.
Yeah, but then when I disconnect and unplug and get a massage, there's still 300 emails in my box afterwards.
Yes,
so.
but you have to be present, James.
That's a whole separate.
You have to achieve
issue, though.
enlightenment.
The corporate issue.
And I would also say there is also going to be a great focus on active and adventure travel, because I think one thing we have learned is that yes, the boomers are getting older, but the boomers are not going away anytime soon. And they want to be active, and they want to explore, and they want to discover, and they want to adventure. So, I mean, don't be surprised if you're in some Galapagos cruise and there's a couple that are 90 and 92 years old, and they're going on the Zodiacs and running around like everybody else, and that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, our population is aging, so I would say wellness, active adventure, and more destinations opening, and I think it's just incredibly exciting ahead. I can't wait.
Okay, next. Anybody want to?
I think the use of technology is going to really be an important aspect of luxury. I mean, you all hear of geocaching. People are now touring that way and discovering new and different things through it. That's just one example. I would agree with Ignacio that adventure and discovery, those kinds of exploratory types of trends are going to be very strong. We are seeing great strength in them, obviously, as is evident from ordering 5 more ships. The third area that I think that will continue, that will manifest itself as a big piece, is to continuously push the envelope and go to destinations that previously people haven't been to. And last but not least, I think there'll be a strong trend towards nostalgia. And that could mean any number of things. That could mean going back to Paris and staying at the Bristol, as he was talking about. That could mean going back on an ocean liner and actually enjoying solitude and a nice book for 5 days across a body of water. That could mean a lot of different ways in which people travel, including rail and being driven around in cars and thus and such.
Yeah, and nostalgia. Ted, where do you see the trends going?
I can't predict the future, actually.
Sure we can.
We're living in the here and now, and the here and now for us is we can't keep up with the demand for domestic travel, for domestic river cruise travel. We are sailing full. We are almost largely sold out for 2018. We're publishing 2019 on the 1st of February, and we just can't get enough capacity.
Yeah, well, in river, 20, 30 years ago was not considered a luxury product. Now
but
it
it's
is.
changed now.
It's changed a lot, so that's a big trend. Gail, where are we heading?
I would add, or I would agree on the whole focus that technology could change an awful lot of the future of travel in terms of what's considered luxury and where people are going. But I also think, with no destination in mind, people, I think what this last decade has really shown is that people are finding travel more meaningful. They're finding it as a way to connect somehow, some way, to something that's incredibly important to them. It's not just a trip to go see a site or a trip to go see something new, or it's really, and it's beyond experiential too. It's actually something that is very meaningful for them, and that's going to change over time as we keep evolving. I think the one thing that has been great, and I said this earlier, the pace of the rest of the vendors, the partners, the destinations, the properties to evolve has actually been fairly quick. There's been.
So the market is reacting.
The market has reacted really well, and some have pushed that. I mean, some have actually been the one that has pushed the market forward. But in terms of being able to meet those needs, the reaction has been fairly quick. What I don't see is us falling backwards. People are looking for ways to connect in whatever it is that they're doing.
Fantastic. And Rick, I'll let you close it out here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to predict what isn't going to change in the next 10 to 20 years or beyond that. And those are the fundamental drivers that create the change. Number one, we need to create unforgettable experiences. We did yesterday, we have to today, and we need to tomorrow as well. We have to also exceed expectations. And expectations are constantly changing, so we have to listen hard to our clients to understand those expectations and then go a step further to exceed them. And in order to do that, we have to be dynamic companies that constantly reinvent ourselves. And then finally, we have to provide the best quality and value, because people do not go on vacations to save money. They stay home to save money so that they can have a vacation that creates a lifetime of memories.
Thank you. Well, listen, I thank you for all attending and being here. Let's give other speakers a hand. And you did a great job. Thank you very much.
Thanks, James.
Sir, see you again next